Hi, good morning. It's another positive start to trade on the large street. You have the Nifty 50 that's trading higher by about 0.4% at 17,443 or just above that mark, having hit another all-time high in trade today. You have the broader markets outperforming once again. You have the mid-cap index gaining about 0.6%. You have the small-cap index that's gaining about 0.4%. Overall, market breadth is very firmly in favor of the advances, and that could pan out for the rest of the day as well. What else do you have to bear in mind? The gains on the benchmark indices of the past few sessions have been capped. Yesterday as well, we ended off the day's high. Today, the gains are limited to less than 0.5% gains, and this is par for the course considering that we have been trading at very near record high levels. And so you could see selling pressure creep in at higher levels for some of these stocks. Speaking of the stocks that are outperforming on the Nifty 50, you have ONGC that's gaining about 5% right now. In fact, that's the biggest move in over 6 months today on the back of very high volumes and also buzz that it might be picking up stake that is owned by ILF&S in Mangalore SEZ. That's one stock. NTPC gaining handsomely as well, up over 4%. Titan ahead of the festive season in focus, 3% higher in trade today. Power Grid is the other counter, over 2% gains. HDFC Life, Bharti Airtel, Kotak Bank, and don't forget Reliance Industries also gaining about 0.8% in trade today, so providing quite a bit of support to the benchmark index. You have a couple of the private banks that are underperforming today. Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, both losing over 0.5% each. And then you have a few tech names that are also underperforming. So in terms of the sectoral indices, you have banks, and particularly the private banks, as I mentioned, that are losing ground, that are underperforming today. You have IT underperforming, pharma is flat, auto is doing reasonably well, and so is the media pack on the back of the SL group of shares which continues to gain for another day. Overall though, it's not too much to speak of in terms of the big losers. What you'll have to watch out for is any update on the telecom resolution, and there are a few stocks that could react to that announcement, if at all there is one. If there is an auto PLI scheme that is in the works, there is indeed. If that announcement comes in, what kind of an impact that could have on some of these auto stocks and auto anch stocks. So a few sectors to bear in mind in terms of news flow, but barring that, we're at all-time high levels, and you could see that the range is slightly narrower than it has been in the past.